All right, welcome to the channel. We're gonna call this live Still Not Giving Up. Okay, I was just watching this show, and the host was telling a story about how she started with nothing. And you'll find a lot of people who achieve success, they often get to a point where they literally have nothing, and then they put on their thinking caps, right? And then they determine that, you know what, I'm either gonna sink or swim at this point, especially when it comes to money. And what happens in those situations is they realize, damn, I have to be very creative right now, step out on a lot of faith, and do something that has not been done, be different, be authentic, and also stop playing and wasting my time. All right? So before we get into this live, make sure you are liking, clock that T. Make sure you are following, clock that T to my new subscribers, and make sure you are engaging and chatting down in the comments. So right now my channel, it's going through the exact phase that I'm talking about. A phase where it's taking a while to grow, but I still show up. I still show up because I want it so bad. Like, I want it so bad. Like, I want to be a streamer and I want to be able to do this so bad. And honestly, I had a couple opportunities, and I did take the most of those opportunities while I was running a freaking dental practice, which I thought was also extremely difficult. It's one thing about dentistry is it's a very demanding profession. But it's something that I wouldn't trade for the world. I wouldn't take it back. I'm so happy that I pushed through at the height of everything being difficult. And it just goes back to our talk today. Don't give up even when you want to, even when you have just a few dollars left, even when you can't really figure it out. You cannot throw in the towel. Now, y'all already know I'm going to keep it real, keep it 100, keep it copacetic. That's easier said than done. That shit is easier when you say it than to actually do it. And what I'm talking about is saying that you're not going to quit versus actually not quitting. It's a lot easier to say, I'm not going to quit. But spiritually, I'm spitting. Spiritually, people still quit. They might say they're not quitting, but spiritually they give up. They stop trying so hard. They stop going so hard. You won't even know that they're going through something. And that's a place that I don't want to be in. And I don't want other people to be in a place where you are afraid to say how you feel and get that shit out, which will allow you to die on the inside. And then you won't make a move. You won't move through life unapologetic. I'll go back to last month, me going through one of the most, the chat, because I do my little chat GPT. I talk to the chat a lot. But the chat was like, Dr. Sean, you went through something that most people could never survive, what I'm going through right now. You're going through something that is so fucking stressful. Most people would be like, you know what? Let's take the easy way out. Let's just, cancel this. Let's just blah, blah, blah. But for me, when I put out an APB to my family and to my friends, and they come and they hype me up, because sometimes I be needing that. Strong people also need to feel support and love. Some people are strong and maybe they don't need it, but for me, when I have been so strong and then I run out of strong juice, it's like, dang, I need a little boost. So sometimes I'll be like, dang, I'm feeling this type of way because I need a little boost to help me get to a new place in my head versus just quitting. Some people will hold it all in. They're afraid to talk about it, even to close friends and family. You don't gotta be like me and going live, but to your close friends and family, or into your journal. If you just get it out, you'll feel so much better. Like, I feel so much better when I talk about the hard shit I'm going through, when I, don't allow it to drag me down emotionally. And you know how it is when you get super emotional, when you get super stressed out, super depressed, anxiety starts to take over, and you just feel like stuck. You feel like a numb feeling, and it's like, dang, I can't even move, I can't even think, I can't even do nothing. We don't want to get to that spot. So that's why, if you ever get to that feeling, it's better out than in. It's kind of like a fart. You rather have it out than in. You want to have that negativity out of you than inside of you. Okay? It don't do too good when it stays inside of you. You pass it to other people. You carry it to the next day. You allow it to sit inside of you. Now you feel like you're inadequate, like you can't do nothing, and you start being so hard on yourself versus being gentle and understanding with yourself. Okay? So for me, even with my streaming journey, it's been one of the hardest things for me to be successful in. It's been one of the hardest things for me to be successful in, but I don't quit, because I know one day Dr. Sean is going to master this streaming thing despite having a demanding dental career. And I think that will prove to me that just because you do the educational route, just because you follow multiple dreams, just because you dream big as hell, you got 10, 50, 11 dreams, you can still do what feels good in the season. In the season where I wanted to be this dentist, this doctor, I was in a season where poverty was all around. I was in a season where there wasn't much success. It was a lot of paycheck to paycheck, a lot of payday loans, a lot of that type of bullshit going on, a lot of bounce checks going on in the family. Right? And it's starting to rain on our head. So I was in that season. So I said, you know what? I have to go and become a doctor, because back then there was no live. There was none of the options that we have today. None of my family talked about trading and stocks and none of that shit. That was just something we saw at the bottom of the screen on the TV when the news came on. So just having a different mindset about all of that and getting to this point, I'm super, super grateful. No matter how hard it is, I'm definitely grateful. And it's raining on my head. And I do have another training. We're only getting a 30-minute lunch break. I can't believe it. Yeah, we're only getting a 30-minute lunch break today, guys. It's like a lot of training. So eventually I'm going to go in here and make me a tuna sandwich, because I literally have been trying to not eat out at lunch. Not like, even I ain't getting no lunch break today, 30 minutes. Like, anywho, that's where we at in this life. It's just taking it a day at a time. And I know one day my streaming is going to blow the fuck up. Mark my words. Today is July the 20th or the 21st. And it's going to blow up one day. Thanks for following. Thank you for following. But I just have to show up, guys. So even though I have a tough job being a dentist and a doctor, like this morning, crown prep, crown delivery, exams, all of that, I still have to find time to stream. I can't allow dentistry, even though that's my original passion, to overtake my new passion, which is really not new. It's like a 10-year journey with the streaming. But I can admit I haven't been the most consistent, but for the past year, y'all, I've been putting in work. I've been very consistent, falling off a couple times, but you only get better and better and better. And that is my goal, to just get better and better and just show up and talk. And I don't know. See what it brings. See what happens when Dr. Chief is actually stick to this. So I know I probably have to go soon. Go back to my training, guys. And we just did a training on treatment planning, which is like when you go to the dentist, we have to give you a treatment plan. So we have to tell you everything that's wrong. How do we plan to fix it? What options do you have? Like, so we just did a little bit of, like, I guess, refresher course. It's always good to refresh. And they mentioned Warren Buffett about how you never want to judge a book by its cover. And that's so important in dentistry because you don't know what's in people's pockets just because they look a certain way. So we just talked about how Warren Buffett's house is normal, his car is normal. He has billions of dollars, but he invested. He uses it to own shit, you know? And even in dental school, before we even graduated as doctors, they used to have these people come in and talk about, like, investing and, like, how you want to own some shit. How, if you love Jordans, or if you love Nike, or if you love Target, or whatever the hell you love, you should have some stock in that company. If you love your iPhone, you should have some stock in that company. And stock means you buy a piece of the company. And nowadays, with the internet and all these different apps, I don't want to get the names wrong, but it's just so many different apps, we'll say, where you can buy stock, you can buy crypto. And I would recommend just starting small until you learn the market. Of course, learning the market means you just got to try it. Maybe you can do paper trading, okay? But the moral of the story is, that's what we talked about, treatment planning. And then when we go back, we're talking about dentures, which is like one of my least favorite things, but I'm having to do them quite a lot nowadays. So I will say my training at Meharry definitely prepared me well for dentures. Prepared me well, y'all. And we was on a little walk. See, the rain stopped. Let's see if we can go back to our walk. And I'm sure I have to go. Let me check the time. What time is it, y'all? Somebody put the time in the chat. Oh, it's not gonna work. 12 minutes. I probably gotta go in like 5 minutes. And honestly, I don't really know if my little mini streams is working. All I know is I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show up, okay? And if you don't know, Tallahassee has been to Streamer U. If y'all know T-Pain, he's from my hometown. His name stands for Tallahassee Pain. And I actually went to middle school a little bit with him briefly and knew him in the childhood, but that was so long ago. So Tallahassee is up. They were at Streamer U, but we got to get Dr. Sean to Streamer U. That would be crazy. Not only that, but just get our podcast to different levels. And I'm in a place where I'm learning about branding and all of this stuff, so it definitely takes time. I'm being patient. Patiently waiting and showing up, y'all. Okay? So before I get off of here, gotta send some love to the ancestors, send some love to the Niji. I haven't really been on the hottest topics lately. And for a while, when I was covering all those hot topics and all the history, sometimes it be pissing me off. So I have to fall back for a little minute and get back in the element. Because right now I'm out of the element of studying and teaching live, just because I'm having to learn so much in my new role as a clinical director. All right. And I'm actually living in what I talk about, like never getting too comfortable. I found myself so comfortable, not really comfortable, but kind of comfortable as a practice owner. And it just wasn't right. So now I have this whole new role that is super demanding, super challenging, but it's doing exactly what I expected it to do, to grow me. So yeah, thank y'all for following on Kick. I'm just walking in the rain. You see the clouds. It's so freaking cloudy. I need to bring my little phone holder. But yeah, I got a 30-minute lunch today, which suck. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. Not a fan. But it is what it is, my friends. So, it is what it is. Oh man, my battery's dying. At the dental office, I'll be getting my crown done 10:30. Wish me luck. Good luck with your crown. Hey, hey, hey. You will be fine. Just relax. Woosah. Take some nice, slow, deep breaths. And it'll be over before you know it. All right, guys. Well, I have to go back to my training. So, y'all know my day is super, super long. So, I try to get up early, work out, go live a little bit while I'm working out. Then if I'm at work, like today, I have a little downtime. I actually did a crown this morning, and I delivered a crown this morning. I love crowns, but the one I did this morning was a little tough, but they're not too bad. Not bad at all. Especially if your dentist uses an ISO dry or a dry shield to help you stay open. A lot of dentists don't use those. I'm not sure why, but I love it. So yeah. So now I got to go back to my training. We're not going to be done until 2. And in that 2, I got patient after patient after patient after patient, y'all. I got patients galore. And then I get off at 5, which is never on time. I'm going to probably get off at 5:36. And then after that, I be so pooped. And I just be want to go lay down, take a shower, lay down. But today, I'm going to try to go to the gym again. Maybe. I don't know. We shall see. But good luck with your crown. Good luck with everything today, guys. Let's continue to rock it out. All right? This is Dr. Chief just checking out. I'll see y'all in the next live. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and drop me a comment. Bye. Thank you for stopping through, Zach. It's raining on my head.